You burn the candle at both ends all week. Late nights at the office, early mornings with the kids, social event you can't miss. By the time Friday rolls around, you're a zombie. You're running on fumes, caffeine, and pure willpower. And you plan for salvation? A glorious 10-hour sleep in on Saturday morning. You crash into bed on Friday night with a sense of relief, knowing that you're about to catch up on all the sleep that you've lost. When you finally wake up at 11 a.m., it feels amazing, right? You feel human again. But what if I told you that this entire strategy, this weekly ritual for millions of people, is a biological lie? What if that catch-up sleep isn't just slightly ineffective, but is actually making the long-term sleep quality and energy levels worse? In this video, we're diving into the neuroscience to answer one simple question. Can you really cheat sleep? The short, blunt answer is no, not in the way you think. While you can technically pay back a very small, very recent sleep debt, the idea of catching up on a week's worth of lost sleep over the weekend is a damaging myth. It's like trying to fix a leaky pipe by occasionally mopping the floor instead of turning off the water. And the truth is far more serious. Chronic sleep deprivation causes real, measurable damage, both to your cognitive function and your metabolism. And a lot of that damage is not simply reversed by a couple of long nights in bed. Even worse, the constant yo-yoing of your sleep schedule itself, what scientists call social jet lag, creates a state of perpetual biological confusion that wreaks havoc on your system. The concept of sleep debt is real, but misleading. Your brain is not a simple bank account where you can make a withdrawal all week and just deposit a lump sum on Saturday. Neuroscience shows us that sleep is a complex, multi-stage process. There's deep sleep, which is crucial for physical restoration and clearing metabolic waste from the brain. And there's REM sleep, which is essential for memory consolidation, learning, and emotional regulation. When you are sleep deprived, you build up a debt in both of these accounts. But here's the critical part. When you finally get the chance to sleep in, your brain doesn't pay them back equally. It goes into a state of panic. It prioritizes repaying the deep sleep debt first, often at the expense of the REM sleep. This is known as a slow wave rebound. It means the architecture of your sleep is completely distorted. This is why you can sometimes sleep for 10 hours on a weekend and still wake up feeling groggy, disorientated, and emotionally fragile. You've had too much of one type of sleep and not enough of the other. You filled up on the main course but skipped the dessert your brain desperately needs. A landmark study from the University of Pennsylvania illustrated this perfectly. They had participants undergo a week of severe sleep restriction. After a full weekend of recovery sleep, their cognitive performance, things like reaction time and attention, was still significantly impaired. Some metrics never even returned to baseline. The damage had been done. Let's now break down why this catch-up model backfires so spectacularly. And there are 3 key mechanisms at play here. Number 1, the slow wave rebound trap. As we just discussed, your brain's desperate grab for deep sleep leaves REM sleep in the lurch. Since REM is vital for processing emotions and cementing memories, you wake up with a brain that is physically somewhat restored, but emotionally and cognitively still off balance. It's a hollow victory. The second mechanism is the metabolic mayhem. Sleep deprivation is a metabolic disaster. It impairs your body's ability to process glucose, increases craving for junk food, and spikes the stress hormone, cortisol. You might think a weekend of sleep fixes this, but the research suggests otherwise. You're just creating a weekly cycle. 5 days of metabolic stress, 2 days of shaky recovery, then right back into the stress. It's like punching your metabolism in the gut every single week. And the third one is the circadian rhythm sabotage. This is the silent killer. When you sleep until noon on a Sunday, you are effectively flying from Los Angeles to New York every single weekend. You're shifting your body's internal clock by 3 hours. This confuses the hell out of your circadian rhythm. So when Sunday nights comes around, you try to fall asleep at 10 p.m. to be ready for Monday. Your body is still on Saturday night time. It's 7 p.m. for your brain. Of course you can't sleep. This sets you up for a terrible night's sleep on Sunday, guaranteeing you start the new week already in a sleep deficit, perpetuating the entire destructive cycle. Instead of imagining your brain as a sleep bank account, think of it more like a bakery. Every single night, this bakery is supposed to follow a precise recipe to bake one perfect fresh loaf of bread for the next day. This loaf has the perfect crust, which is your deep sleep, and the perfect airy interior, your REM sleep. When you skip sleep, you're telling the bakery to skip a night. Don't worry, you say, we'll catch up on the weekend. But catching up on the weekend isn't baking a fresh loaf of bread for each day you miss. It's the bakery trying to cram 4 days of flour, water, and yeast into a single oven all at once. The result? One giant, burnt on the outside, doughy on the inside monstrosity. It might fill you up, but it doesn't nourish you properly. It's a poor substitute for the 5 fresh daily loaves that you actually need. So if the weekend binge is off the table, what's the smarter play? It's about ditching the binge and restrict cycle and focusing on intelligent recovery. The single most powerful thing you can do for your sleep is to protect your wake-up time. Keep it within a 60-minute window, 7 days a week. Yes, even on Saturdays and Sundays. If you wake up at 6:30 a.m. during the week, don't sleep past 7:30 a.m. on the weekend. This is the anchor that holds your entire circadian rhythm steady. It prevents social jet lag and makes it infinitely easier to fall asleep and wake up feeling refreshed every single day of the week. It's boring, but it's a game changer. If you're desperately tired and need to recover, use a targeted 20-minute power nap. The key rules: do it before 3 p.m. and keep it short. A short nap like this gives you a boost of alertness without building up significant sleep pressure, meaning that it won't steal from you your nighttime sleep. It is a tactical energy top-up, not a full system reboot. And lastly, instead of obsessing over cramming in more hours, focus on making the hours you do get as high quality as possible. That means a pitch black, cool room. It means no alcohol before bed, which absolutely murders your REM sleep. It means a proper wind down routine. 6 hours of deep, uninterrupted, high quality sleep is far more restorative than 8 hours of fragmented, light, poor quality sleep. By optimizing your sleep environment and habits, you ensure that every minute you're in bed counts for as much as possible. The goal isn't to become a perfect sleeper who never misses an hour. Life happens. The goal is to break the cycle of chronic deprivation and chaotic compensation. Stop trying to be a weekend sleep hero. Instead, be the consistent, boring sleeper who protects their wake-up time and sleeps soundly all week long. Your brain, your body, and your Monday morning self will thank you for it. Thank you for joining me in this video. My name is Queenie and I graduated from Oxford with a degree in psychology and a master in neuroscience. Come join me on this journey towards better sleep and see you in the next video.